What's good, people? It's your boy Joe with another video. It's been a while since I actually recorded something and post it up, but I have recorded something in the past and I don't know where that record went, so I just get fed up and just, you know what? I waste a lot of energy, did that. But now I'm ready again. Ready again to do some recording. But yeah, today I'll be like looking in the market to see like what can be potentially happening for this week. So yeah, I'm gonna bring you guys with me in the market. Just give me a sec. Just give me a second. So alright, yeah. Here we are in Euro USD. To be honest, I don't really try to keep up with a lot of pairs anymore because the less the better to me. Like just choose the best moving pairs and just stick with them. So yeah, these are my best pairs at the moment. This is where is it? This one is the best. Yeah, GBP, JPY. I like that one. Even though I don't catch every move, but I like that one. This was in December. This was, I think, the last time that I actually traded. Somewhere in that time, that before, I was like, all right, I'm going to give this thing a break, you know. But yeah, that's one of the last trade I took and I lost. I was on a losing streak and I was like, all right, I'm not going to make this get the best of me. So I'm just going to just take a break. I'm not going to be on a losing streak forever. It's just how you can really manage your losses, you get me? So, alright, let me see what's happening in Euro USD. It's like we're having a bit of change of character on the higher time frame. You notice that it did a slight rejection. Did a slight rejection right here, and price didn't break above this high right here. So we kind of expecting price to like break below this retest and retest at this psychological level. But yeah, before we get into it, you must be wondering one of these lines right here. These are all psychological level and like the higher time frame. So yeah, these actually help me to confirm where price is actually, which direction price is actually going in, and you know that the higher time frame is way more respected than the lower time frame. So yeah, I think I would recommend that for anybody who's doing trading. Like keep up with the higher time frame psychological levels because those don't lie. If you notice, a lot of people actually who manually like mark area of interest on those areas, if you actually follow like the psychological level, you will see that it actually make more sense where price went and where exactly it actually show respect to before moving up or down. So I believe that the psychological levels are actually very useful, to be honest. So yeah, this is like the weekly psychological level. I use this when I'm like executing a trade on like the 30-minute or the 15. So yeah, these ones right there are like the 1 hour and the 4 hour time frame psychological level. I use these ones when like I'm executing on like the 5 minute or the 1 minute. So yeah, I think the strategy I'm using actually is very versatile on a lot of time frames. It's just which one you really find comfort in using. But me, I use like the 4 hour and the 1 hour time frames because that I feel more comfortable. Not too much noise in the market. I can just easily think and go through it with ease, wondering like which way price is gonna wait. And by the time I look, price has already made that move. And no, I don't wanna be that guy. I wanna have time to really think what's gonna happen. So yeah, As you can see, that price is kind of doing a bit of, I don't know if this is a retracement or is a change of character. It looks more like a change of character to me, but it's too early to try and assume. So I'm gonna wait for even more confirmation to see what's gonna happen at a daily time frame. But I believe there are some potential profit to make. All right. To be honest, I don't recommend anyone should be watching like profits and those things, but I believe that you should like watch what kind of potential direction the market is going to move and not profit. Because the moment you start to watch that, that's where you're gonna go wrong. And I'm telling you from experience, a lot of traders can actually. So yeah, this isn't moving bad. If you notice that it break below this high right here, so we're expecting that it's gonna do something like this though. This is the weekly time frame I marked. Hold on. Yeah, it's gonna do something like this, but I'm recently expecting it to like have a little retrace and continue. We could wait for that confirmation and see if we could actually enter in that potential trade. But yeah, this is GBP USD. You know, they're very similar in pairs, like moving direction. So yeah, this is more cleaner than USD because if you notice, you see like the defined trend going into the downside. That's pretty good. That's pretty clean. This I would actually enter right here. I would enter right here. Let me see something on the lower time frame. Yup. If you notice that it's below this higher time frame psychological level right here, we will kind of wait on a little retest to continue. But all right, this is going according to plan, so I don't really need that. I'm just waiting for something like to create like a head and shoulder to the downside. So all right, this is on the top of the list. That's interesting. This was when I think it was in November or the first part of December. And guys, mind you, I was on a losing streak for real, so don't mind these losses. But yeah, this is what the 4 hour. All right, I'm gonna keep that in my watch list. This was a GBP JPY. It's consolidating. I believe it's more showing clear sign of going up than actually going down. Because if you look higher high, you didn't see any higher low make right after this one right here. You have a higher high, higher low, a higher low right there. This didn't break this high right here, but it's showing more sign to the uptrend than to going up than down, if you get what I'm saying. But yeah, let me see the weekly. I believe this is on an uptrend in the higher time frame, like this right here. You get what I'm saying? It's like it's time for that reversal, trend reversal to go up. And this was from 1975. It's been crashing, but now I believe it's time for it to really make that U-turn and continue. If you notice that this low right here, this low didn't break below it, and this high break above this high right here, so that's enough. This is enough. Like this move right here, this entire move is enough move to show confirmation that the trend is reversing. So I would actually look for only long trends, long positions in this market, GBP, JPY. That's why I like this one, because on the higher time frame you see exactly where the price want to go. So no matter if you see any retracement to the downside, you know that it's going up in the long run. So it's just liquidity doing its thing, if you get what I'm saying. But yeah, I like that chart. That's one of my favorite charts. Then you have AUD, GBP AUD. This don't really show a clear indication to which direction it's going on the higher time frame. This is like a, what's this called? A symmetrical triangle. Let me see. I would say something like that. If you notice that on every one of my charts on the higher time frame, I mark these key levels. These are the psychological levels where price show respect toward rather than you manually searching for areas of interest. The psychological levels are always acting the area of interest, if I get what I'm saying. So it's way easier to just work with them and not manually search for the area of interest, if I get what I'm saying, because it's way more obvious to me. I don't know, but to me it's way more obvious. Oh, I said I want to look at the lower time frame on this one. Like, let me see. I hope this video is recording because I'll be my piss. I'll be my piss. So yeah. Right there I was expecting the market to go up, but it did something and just continued to the downside. Well, continue sideways actually. So it is still consolidating. I believe that when this market is ready to move to whichever direction it's choosing to, you're gonna have something like this right here. This strong push. Because like after, I don't know, after every consolidation that happened, the market just always do something like this. Like a strong push to the upside or the downside. So I'm expecting something like that to happen. Just a matter of when it's gonna happen. So yeah. I'm still looking at this one like what's gonna happen. I see like a lot of rejection to the downside, so I don't know if it respect this psychological level and the higher time frame or it's just stopping until it finally break through for a retest. But to me, I believe, I don't know, I don't have enough confirmation rather than those retests. I want to see like price break above this high specifically. I want to see price do this, break above that high and retest right here. Oh my word. I want to see price break above this high right here, going across. And I say, all right, this is a confirmation to a trend reversal. But yeah, I'm still not sure enough it's going to go down because a lot of time price do this. And you'll be like, oh yeah, it's going to go up and then out of nowhere just continue to the downside. I'm like, damn. So yeah, that's about that for GBP AUD. Now let's look at US 30. This is on an uptrend. Since April, if anybody like took the time and buy like some shares in stock or anything in April, I believe that was like a little interval for you to make the most of. And I'm actually patiently waiting for another interval like that, to be honest. Because other people are going to panic and be like, oh, everything is crashing. I need to get my money out right now, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. That's not always the case, I'm telling you. That's not always the case. These moves are usually like inside, I would say inside, for inside traders who have knowledge as to what is going on, so they can like make profit out of it. But us as a retail trader, we don't have any clue what's going on. So a lot of emotion is gonna really arise and be like, oh, it's crashing, I need to sell. But after every boom, there's a bust. And after every bust, there is a boom. It's the cycle, if I get what I'm saying. If you're a trader, you understand. A lot of time, Bitcoin was about to crash and it actually reversed, but that we'll soon get into that. So yeah, this is US 30, one of my favorite. I like this one too. It's on a clear uptrend. I'm still expecting this liquidity right here to be filled, so we'll see what's gonna happen. If it break above this high right here, if it break above this high, well, that's gonna be in the future. This liquidity right here is gonna be filled. But if it come on tapping even more, we can confirm that price is actually going to the upside. This is another tool I actually like to use. The volume. They show how weak price is gonna get. Like, look, if you see this candle right here, look at this volume to this candle. This is a very strong rejection candle to the downside. It's as if the market maker just push price up for no reason, knowing that it's gonna go down. So that everyone who is bidding for it to go down, I don't know if it's bid or ask. Bid or ask. Everyone who is selling for the market to go down, like pressing sell, the market maker just profit off them, everybody right here, like this move. Because if you look at this, if you look at this volume for this candle, this is actually legit right here. And this volume is as high as this volume, but this candle doesn't look like this one. That's the best way. That's one of the best way to actually use volume as one of your indicators to see the strength in the direction in the market. So yeah, I'm actually expecting this to like drop because the weaker it shows in the candlestick that it's going up, price is getting weaker to the upside, but on the volume, price is getting stronger. It's like the market makers are trying to profit off everyone of us retail traders who are thinking to sell before they actually sell. And that's just how it is. We are fighting against the big waves, so we can't do anything about it. You have to just understand that there are bigger minds in this game. But that's just how it is. So yeah, I'm expecting price to do something like this. It's not going to be a very clean, well, it's going to be actually, because after this high, there's this low that break above this low, and this high didn't break above this high. If this low form is going to break above this low, so it's actually would be a lower low, lower high until it tap into this liquidity level, right? This liquidity zone before reversing to the upside. Because if you look at these liquidity pools, price tap into it before continuing. You get me? So I'm expecting something like that. It's just not gonna happen as fast as these moves. So it's gonna like take a little time like this and then push again. So yeah, that's it for US 100, US 30, US 100 now. What I like about these pairs are that these index that they move very similar. These index move very similar in like the direction of the trend. Let me turn this off. So if US 30 and US 100 make a move, this you're gonna expect to make the same move. So if you miss these, you're gonna catch it on this. It's just that how execute, it's not gonna be as clean as the first two moves that you see and miss. Like sometimes it's gonna do exactly what they do. Sometimes it's gonna do something partial to it. So you have to understand that and don't try to go full margin, because you will, not all the time, you will be profitable of it. So yeah, look at this trade right here. This was very clean. When was this? December 17. This was very clean. After I see this right here, I was like, all right, this look very promising. If you notice, price get weaker to the upside in volume. And then you have this doji candle right here. Mind you, candlestick reading is like one of the best analysis tool you can have in your toolkit. Like, reading candlestick, like the formation of the candlestick and how they form and where you're expecting price to go due to how it form. That's like a perk in the market. And the analytic side, the technical side. So yeah, this doji candle just signify that this isn't going up anymore. So I was like, all right, I'm going down because it was already in a downtrend. I was like, all right, let me just, well, low key actually, I don't know if I counted the trend. Let me look. I believe I did because it's in an uptrend. It's just that this pullback right here, this was in November. I believe this was after interest rate cut and then price pushed back to the upside. Yeah, I remember that time. I remember when interest rate just finally cut and everyone was like, yo, everything is going to go up. And we're going to get into that in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Damn. But yeah. So, if you notice that price actually break above this high right here. If you notice, it's making higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Price is breaking above this. Is aiming for this high because it break above this one right here. So it's aiming for this one, which I believe is gonna actually get to. It's gonna do slight retest and continuation because this is like a doji candle. So it's gonna like do another retest with a higher low and then continue to the upside. That's what I'm expecting. But yeah, as I said, US 30, US 100, SPX, I think NQ. I don't have NQ. Let me see. These all move the same direction. If you notice that this look as identical as this one right here, let me bring it up. If you look at US 100 and look at NQ, they look extremely identical. So yeah, if you're thinking about being a index trader, if you are an index trader and you actually miss a move on like US 100 or US 30, you can expect Nasdaq or SPX to do the same move. Like if it's like news impact, it's gonna do the same move. 8 times out of 10, it's gonna do the same move. If you get what I'm saying. If you're an index trader, you understand what I'm saying. So yeah. Oh. SPX is the same thing. This is just a bit choppy, but if you look, it's the same thing. You see this dip right there? This is the dip. But alright, look at this. You see the higher highs form, but on this it doesn't form as yet, like as clean now. Which one? Ah, yes, this one. If you notice that these two actually have a higher high after the dip, and this one doesn't, it's going to form. You get me? Let me see this one. Yeah, so you can expect this to actually go to the upside. Like, it's gonna go to the upside because these pairs are in correlation. These indexes are in correlation. So if these three move and you miss the three trains, this train is going to go. It's like inevitable. So yeah, that's one way to read indexes. You got to understand the correlation between which and which pair in Forex actually in correlation and which pair isn't in correlation with Forex. But yeah, the same thing in index. Bitcoin and Ethereum have some form of correlation too. But we'll get into that. XAU. Man, I ain't gonna lie. This is like one of the markets I lose a lot of money in. Like when I just started trading and I was like, all right, let me trade gold. I believe that I didn't really, after those times, I don't really take it up anymore, but I believe that if I was still trading it, I would still lose more money, but I believe that like I would finally reach that aha moment in trading just gold, I get me, but I just put it on hold, but now I'm like reviving it. But I ain't gonna lie, this is one of the market I lose a lot of money in, like I didn't expect to be losing so much. But yeah, I believe I'm ready to attack this market again. If you see this clean head and shoulder right there, retest, break above retest. This is a weak fill. If you notice that price didn't go in the opposite direction after this rejection, price go in the same direction. So you can say this is a weak fill. So yeah, this is actually in an uptrend, like no doubt about it. This is in an uptrend. See the same thing I was telling you about with these wicks, these candlestick formation and the volume. You can see if they say that like people with more influence in the market push this price down, but it didn't close below, so it didn't close as a red candle or orange candle on mine, but it closed below the initial height. But because price is going up, there's nothing you can do about it. If you notice, this volume is extremely weaker than this one, but price made the push you'd expect it to make on this candle because it's in a clear uptrend. It's just that those whales actually bet against the market and profit. I don't know how much they really profit, but I believe they actually made some form of profit, and some people get stopped out, especially on these time frames, the 5 minute, the 1 minute. Those people are actually the ones who feel the wrath of that. But yeah, this is actually doing pretty good. I like it. If you notice, it break above this high right here. I was like following up one of those guys who were doing trading, who's big in trading, like in the market for a while. What's his car? What's his name? I don't remember. And he was like, buy gold, and he bought gold like from down here, somewhere down here, I believe. And he just kept holding. And price is about here right now. I'm like, that's one way to do it. Normally I would set stop losses, but he didn't. He just no. I would say take profit. He did. He set the stop loss, and I was like, that makes sense. Just let the trade run. I'm gonna implement that in my toolkit. Let the trade run. It actually makes more sense. It's just that oh well, I can really regulate your emotions when you see these kind of pullback. But if you're confident enough to know that your price is going up, there's nothing that you can do about that. Just let it run, if you get what I'm saying. So yeah, this is XAU, infamous XAU. I believe that Venezuela, I don't really keep up with it, but I believe that some things that happen in Venezuela actually help to impact this market, you know. That Venezuela news that happened the other day, I believe that it impact this market, but I wasn't like in the market because I said I took a break, so I don't know exactly where the impact happened. But yeah, that's it for XAU. This is BTC. Skip out on the higher time frame. Alright, let me get rid of this. So yeah, if you notice that this has been in an uptrend since the dawn of time. You get me? I know I'm expecting this to go on a boom cycle again, because this was the bust cycle right here, and right here, and right here low key. right here. Those are the bust cycle and these are the boom cycle. Boom, boom, boom. So we're expecting it to boom again. So yeah, if you notice that this low right here, price didn't break below it. So expecting this little rejection as a clear sign of indication that it's gonna reverse. And mind you, in those times when interest rate was cut, I was like, all right, Bitcoin is going up. Legend has it it's gonna go up, but I don't know when. Look at this trade I lost right there. This, I lose 2 trading 1. I was like, all right, this is gonna retest right here and continue up. But I guess, I don't know, I guess I got a bit excited. I didn't regulate my emotions the right way. So I guess that's on me. That's on me. I was like, if I wanted to take it right somewhere about here, I was like, no, I'm going to let it go. I expected it to do a retracement and continue. But it didn't. I was like, all right, cool. I was like, cool. And then this right here, I was like, all right, it's going to finally go up. It just go up right there and just continue down. I was like, what the hell? That's when I just say, you know what? Leave this market alone. And then, bam. I was like, cool, cool, cool. I believe these actually operate off like a specific kind of news. Its own news impact. But I don't, that's the thing, I don't keep up with it. I just look for technical analysis and go with the flow. But most of the times, technical analysis don't really apply in this market because this market is very different from like Forex, which is very different from index. So they have their personalities and this one has its personalities, I get me. So you see a head and shoulder and be like, all right, it's going to drop. Nah, it's going to go sideways until some news event hit and then just bam, just drop or just boom and just go up. I was like, all right, cool, cool. I got to be like, I got to get some inside information as to Bitcoin and what's going to happen so I can really speculate the right way. But yeah, as I'm saying, like, this and this have some form of correlation. So if you notice, let me lock this up, I'm closer. If you notice, these are going sideways at the moment. Sideways. Sideways. This, if you look at the higher time frame, you notice that have some similarities with the Bitcoin in the past, the bus sides and the boom right here. Right here, I'm gonna show you it on the Bitcoin market. This exact head and shoulder right here. This head and shoulder, this was at 12 of 2022. All right. January 12 of 2022, you get me? Like, they are actually like very similar in moving. But if you notice that this didn't make that high that Ethereum made right here. But they are actually going in an uptrend. This is the lowest the market went, but it actually, I don't think it's going to go any lower than that. I think that was some, I don't know if I can say manipulation. Well, basically, it didn't break this low actually, so it's not enough confirmation that's in a downtrend. If you notice, it break this low right here and then break this high right here. So whichever one comes next, and I don't believe it's going to break this retest to go down. So because everything is actually going up, I don't know why this market right here is actually delaying the process. If you notice, gold is going up, all the indexes are going up. So I don't know why crypto market is still like going sideways. I believe it's gonna go up in about very unexpectedly because, as you know, after every consolidation, you're gonna have that push, and I believe that's what's gonna happen. And not, a lot of people are gonna miss it, and I believe that the market makers make it like that. So that a lot of people miss that move so they can just profit off of it. I don't even know why I am saying market makers, but I guess you gotta blame someone. Someone has to take the blame. It won't be me. But yeah, Nvidia. I'm actually keeping up with this stock right here for like when GTA release, because I believe this is gonna have an impact. I believe GTA release is gonna impact this market, so I'm actually keeping up with it. And if you look at Walmart, what the hell? Alright, Walmart is at an all-time high. I don't know what they did, but they are doing it. Keep doing it. No. I don't want him to keep doing it. I want him to actually do some shit. Their stock drop a bit and then correct themselves. But in that time where their stock is gonna drop, I just buy some shares. And then they correct themselves and they just go at another all-time high. I was like, alright, cool. Tesla. This is a good stock to buy and hold. Right here, I was like, alright, this is gonna break to either side, up or down. And I was like, alright, if it's the downside, it's clear that it's gonna go down. If it's the upside, it's clear it's gonna go up. And it just go up and just claim it a retest and continue. Now it's continuing. It's probably gonna look to fill this liquidity right here, but this isn't that huge of a liquidity. This gap was, and the price actually came and filled it. So I believe this retest is gonna push price up even more. So I'm expecting price to go up. I'm just not a stock trader. I like indexes more than how I like stock. But yeah, those markets are all that I'm looking at. Let me see Apple. This is at an all-time high too. Let me see if this was in April. Yup. Man, I miss April. I'm so angry that I missed the opportunity in April, but it is what it is. I'm expecting another opportunity to come again. So I just get information on this and be like, alright, history is gonna repeat itself. It's only a matter of when. You just gotta stay 10,000 until it happens. You just take the most of it. But yeah, that's it for this video. I've been ranting on a bit too long. I was thinking about getting some gym content in, but most likely I'm gonna do it in the next video because I got a lot of things to do for this Sunday. Probably cook, probably not. But yeah, that's it for this video. I'll catch you guys in another one. Peace.